My name is Nikki Mohan and I will be your host today. This is the fourth tutorial in the Fluency series called Information Fluency. During the course of this tutorial, you will first be able to give a working definition of information fluency. Second, be able to list the components of information fluency. And third, be able to explain each of the 9 A's. But before we begin, I want to welcome you to the Committed Sardine channel. Now, you may have some questions about this fluency. Some of them you will be able to answer after watching this tutorial, and some you will be able to answer by watching our next tutorials in this series. And for those who want to dive deeper into the fluencies, I will be holding workshops where I walk you through the steps in depth, discuss skills students need to develop at each step of the respective fluency process. I will also provide examples as well as show you lesson plans where these fluencies are used. So before we dive into what information fluency is, take a couple of minutes, pause the video, and write down a few questions you have about today's topic. Some questions you may be asking are: what is information fluency? What does it mean to be information fluent? What are the processes involved in information fluency? What is an unconscious mental process? When do we use information fluency? When do I ask others to use the process of information fluency? Why is it important to use information fluency? Why is it important to cultivate an unconscious mental process? Who needs to use information fluency? Where would we use information fluency? Where would I find or see information fluency in practice? How do I use information fluency? How do I apply information fluency to my situation? How do I apply information fluency to the real world or in a real world situation? Now, like we had the 9 D's for solution fluency, we have developed the 9 A's for information fluency. We use this 9-step process to develop an unconscious mental process when we're seeking information. Today, we live in a world awash with enormous amounts of data. We live in the age of InfoWhelm. With so much information available, no one can be an expert anymore. Or rather, everyone can be an expert if they have the process of information fluency. So our working definition of information fluency, that is InfoWhelm and Hyperinformation, is the ability to unconsciously and intuitively access and interpret information in all forms and formats, extract the essential knowledge, perceive its meaning and significance, and apply it to solve problems or complete real-world tasks. The steps are: ask. At this step, learners define the scope of the task. The starting point is helping our students learn how to ask good, relevant, and meaningful questions. Anyone can find answers, and anyone can ask questions. But not everyone can ask the right questions. It's only by asking good questions, higher order questions, that you can develop good answers. The next step is audience. By asking good questions, students are able to identify the targeted audience. Who will have access to the information we gather and organize or the answers we formulated? who are we answering the question or questions for? Who could help us answer these questions? Who could help us acquire the skills needed to do this? The next step is access. Access the most relevant data utilizing good questions. Good questions enable you to identify and acquire the essential raw information from the most appropriate high-tech, low-tech or no-tech sources. The next step is authenticate, which is about validating all sources. Not just validating paper-based sources, but today it's also about validating images, sound, and other web-based materials. Next, we have assemble, which is about summarizing and synthesizing the information. Assemble the information into a usable form. This is the stage where students combine components or elements of information that has been gathered from the multiple sources and summarize and synthesize it to form a connected whole. Then we have apply. Use the data to solve the problem. Apply is the stage where products are created, actions taken, problems solved, and information needs satisfied. The next step is assess, which is precisely the same as the diagnose step in solution fluency, with the focus on assessing the information fluency skills. Assess is about the evaluation of the original criteria or objectives. This could be an assessment of the product, an assessment of the process, or both. Then we have analyze. Analyze is the reflection step. We stress that teachers explicitly teach learners to become critical reflectors through various activities and allow learners time to reflect. The last step is action. Have students utilize their new knowledge to take real-world actions as part of being a good global citizen. Information fluency utilizes a structured process of the 9 A's to help equip all our students develop questioning skills, which is essential to help them navigate a world of InfoWhelm. Now revisit some of the questions you had at the beginning of this tutorial. Now you can either pause the video or do this at the end of this tutorial. Have your questions been answered? If you still have some burning questions, and I'm sure many of you do, then please watch out for the next tutorials in this series, or attend one of our relevant workshops, or book a private or group Q&A with me. I'm sure many of the questions you still have will be answered in one of these sessions. Thank you for joining me for the 4th tutorial in this series. In the next session, we take a close look at collaboration fluency. If you enjoyed the session, please leave a comment below and also tell us where you are from. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you are notified when we upload new videos. Thanks for watching. See you soon.